Serena doesn't want you here. It's better for you to leave.
7 years. I spent 7 years of dedicated work for Voss Enterprises, but I never thought I'd leave in such a humiliating way. Fine.
So she didn't even make a scene or cry about it, but I know she loves me anyway. Just leave today. I'll have HR pay you double severs.
Understood.
I sat back down at my desk, tore up the resignation letter in my hand, and submitted my official resignation through the company system. Teddy must have talked to HR beforehand. My application was approved immediately and sent straight up to Teddy for final sign-off. Only seconds later, a system notification popped up on my screen. Your resignation request has been approved. At the exact same time, a huge severance payout landed in my bank account. I packed up my personal belongings. As I walked past Teddy's office on my way out, the door was slightly open, leaving a narrow gap.
Try this, it's amazing.
It's good.
Staring at his face, I let out a deprecating smile. On my first day at work, I'd learned 2 things about Teddy. First, he was a total clean freak and never shared utensils with anyone. He wouldn't even kiss me in bed at the beginning. Our first kiss was in fact an accident. I had a fever, almost blacked out, and my lips brushed his when I talked. I was in panic, but he leaned down and kissed me deeply instead. Back then, I was foolish and to believe I was special. Second, he hated sweets. 7 years, I'd never seen him eat anything sweet. He wouldn't even look at the small cakes I bought for myself. I had to memorize every single one of his preferences, filling 3 entire notebooks, terrified of making a single mistake that might upset him. But all those notes and memories were nothing but a joke in the end. When you're with the right person, none of their rules matter. I pulled out those heavy notebooks, gave myself an ironic smile, and tossed them straight into the trash without a second thought. Inside the office, Teddy looked up from his papers just in time to catch a glimpse of a familiar figure flashing past the door. For a second, his mind went blank. When I got home, I texted a few friends that I quit my job and moved back to Chicago. We made plans for dinner the next day. I thought I'd never have to see Teddy again for the rest of my life, but as I followed the servitor towards our table, my peripheral vision caught a familiar figure on the second floor. Teddy was leaning against the railing with his friends, smoking a cigarette. He had his back to me, a red ember pinched between his fingers, and his silhouette looked strangely lonely. I only glanced for a second, pretending I hadn't seen him at all, yet the wind carried his voice straight to my ears.
You really gonna marry Serena? Clara's with you for years. We all thought you'd end up marrying her. I never considered it. Besides her family, Clara's pretty, she's reliable, and she loves you. After all these years, you never felt even a little something for her? I won't allow myself to fall in love with a plaything.
My face went pale immediately, and I froze stiff on the spot. The server was confused, and I had to force myself not to cry to follow him to my table. I dug my fingernails into my palms and forced myself to keep walking slowly. I couldn't taste a single bite of dinner that night. My friends were all my college roommates. They knew exactly how deeply I loved Teddy all these years. When they heard I was moving back to Chicago, they were happy, but also felt sorry for me all at once. We ended up crying in each other's arms. When we finished dinner, I watched each of my friends get picked up by their husbands or boyfriends, leaving me all alone again. I tightened my grip on my bag strap, ready to head home, when my phone suddenly rang. It was Teddy's number. I wanted to decline the call, but my finger slipped and accidentally answered it. I frowned, about to hang up immediately, when a stranger's voice came through the line.
Hello, is that Miss Clara Hunt?
Yes.
Mr. Voss is very drunk right now. Could you please come pick him up? We're at...
Teddy never drank too much. At his position, only a very few people dared to pressure him into drinking. There was no reason for him to be drunk.
I'm sorry, I can't make it. Please contact his fiancée to come get him.
Mr. Voss. Mr. Voss, are you all right? Sir!
I burst straight into the private booth, calling out in alarm.
The booth door swung open for me to see Teddy leaning back in his chair,
Teddy!
His expression dark and stormy, his right palm covered in fresh dripping blood. Broken glass fragments were scattered across the table and the floor at his feet. A server stood beside him, utterly frantic and worried, yet Teddy looked completely unfazed, as if the bleeding, injured hand wasn't even his own. At the sound of my voice, he turned his head to look at me, his eyes dark and gloomy.
His voice was rough and hoarse, laced with a faint, inexplicable trace of hurt.
I thought you weren't coming?
I let out a quiet sigh.
Let me take care of your wound first.
Teddy didn't respond. His behavior was off. As I stepped closer, the strong smell of alcohol hit me. He was clearly drunk, probably too out of it to remember I wasn't his secretary anymore. The server looked relieved and rushed to grab the restaurant's first aid kit. After years, I learned some basic emergency skills to handle all kinds of situations. This kind of work had long become easy peasy. I leaned forward, staring at his injured palm, and frowned instinctively.
This is gonna hurt a little. Just bear with me.
I carefully pulled out all the glass shards stuck in his palm and disinfected the wound. Almost on instinct, I blew gently on the injury like I would for a hurt child, watching me with all my attention on him softly and focused. He swallowed hard. I finished treating his wound and tied the bandage into a neat little bow.
Teddy, it's all done now.
I looked up at him with a relieved smile. Before I could even finish my sentence, Teddy suddenly gripped my chin with his uninjured hand and leaned down to kiss me. His kiss was scorching, domineering, and fiercely possessive, brimming with messy, unspoken emotion. My eyes went wide with pure shock. The next second, I didn't hesitate. I pressed both my hands against his chest and pushed him away hard. But I lost my balance and tumbled backward onto the floor, looking up at him in panic.
Teddy?
Clara, you don't have to leave.
A sharp, silent pain squeezed tight on my heart. He literally just kicked me out yesterday. Now he wanted me to stay?
Teddy, we're done. You said that yourself. If you keep clinging to me like this, I would be convinced that you love me.
Just a moment earlier, he told his friends I was nothing but a plaything.
Your fiancé is looking for you.
Get out.
I fled the restaurant and quickly called an Uber. After I got in the car, I caught the driver's hesitation from the rearview mirror. It was confusing that I had to take my mirror out and look at myself. My lipstick was all smudged over my lips from Teddy's reckless kiss. That made me look so messed up. It somehow reminded me of one time that Teddy had a surprisingly late night stay at the apartment. We'd gotten up early together to head to the office. I was rushing to do my makeup, trying not to be late. Midway through my makeup routine, I noticed Teddy standing behind me out of nowhere. He somehow got interested, picked out a lipstick for me so that he could apply it for me. Worried about running late, I didn't even think about it and pouted my lips to let him do it. He held my chin steady with 2 fingers, tilting my face up, while his other hand carefully put the lipstick on my lips. Once he finished, his hand stayed locked on my chin. I looked up, confused.
What's wrong? Is it done?
Finding his deep, darkened gaze fixed on me. The second I stopped speaking, he swallowed my words all away with another kiss. When he finally pulled back, the perfectly applied lipstick was smudged everywhere, messy yet intimate. He wiped the red lipstick off his own lip and teased me with his voice low.
You were the one pouting for a kiss first.
Back to the present, staring at my messy reflection in the mirror, I found myself full of tears. The next morning, I woke up and got a message from one of my former cowworks. Clara, I found a necklace at your old desk. Do you want it back? She attached a photo. It was a birthday gift my mom gave me 2 years ago, one of my favorites. I must have left it in a rush that day I left the office. I texted her right back to set up a time to meet for lunch. I arrived at our usual restaurant early and ordered some food. Just as I handed the menu back to the server, I spotted Serena walking towards me. Her usual sweet smile was gone, replaced by a cold look as she headed straight to my table. What?
You bitch! You already left the company and you still dare to fuck my fiancé!
Okay, apparently she did this to me because of what happened last night.
So she slapped her because she slept with her fiancé? That's crazy.
She deserves it. If she's this pretty, why waste her life being a homewrecker? Isn't this the Loken family Iris? And Clara, CEO Voss's secretary? I heard Clara's been Teddy's mistress for years. Now she's fallen out of favor and getting hunted down by the fiancé. What a mess. Mess? Please, they're not even in the same league. Who she thinks she is, competing with a Loken for a man?
Clara Hunt, I can get a handful of girls like you from the street. You're not different from them no matter how many 7 years you stuck with him. I'm telling you, stay away from me and Teddy. I can take your job at Voss, and I can also make sure you shall never find a place to stay in New York.
Miss Locke, you have nothing to worry about. Teddy and I are done a long time ago. I'll move back to Chicago with my parents. Instead of wasting your time chasing after me, you'd better keep your own man in line and stop him from bothering me.
I heard your dad got in a car accident and ended up crippled. What a useless man. How did your mom even raise you by herself? She must have been selling her body to get by.
And you learned all your shameless tricks from her, didn't you? Chasing other people's fiancés, like mother, like daughter. Shut up!
Clara Hunt! How dare you throw coffee on me? You bitch, I'll never let you get away with this!
If you don't clean up your mouth, next time it won't just be coffee. I'll hit you too.
The second I finished speaking, Teddy appeared at the restaurant entrance. He took in the scene inside and walked straight towards us. Serena immediately burst into tears and ran to him.
Teddy, I was just talking to her and she threw coffee all over me.
She insulted my family first.
Before I could even finish my defense, Teddy grabbed a glass of ice water from a passing server. He lifted his hand and poured the freezing water straight over my head. The water cut off my words, and it drowned out the last tiny, lingering shred of affection I ever had for him. The icy water streamed down from my hair and soaked through my clothes, leaving me shivering in the cold. My hair was all soaking wet, clung to my face, and my clothes clung to my body, outlining my body. It was so pathetic.
Apologize to Serena.
Of course, with Teddy, it's always like that. He never cared about right or wrong. He only protected the person he chose to protect.
What if I don't?
You bullied my fiancé, Teddy Voss's fiancé. I'll make sure you never find a place in New York again, and you won't get to keep a single cent in your account.
Everyone thought I stayed by his side for the money. They thought I was obsessed with the glamour of this big city that I refused to leave, but none of them knew I stayed in New York for him. And as for his money...
This is your money. I'm leaving New York. I wanted to go back to Chicago anyway.
Clara!
I woke up again in a hospital room. Teddy sat beside my bed, his deep, icy eyes fixed on me, swirling with complicated, turbulent emotions. The second I opened my eyes, he tossed a medical report onto the bed. I picked it up with confusion. My face drained completely pale the moment I saw the texts, 6 weeks pregnant. I did lose my appetite recently and missed my period. My periods were never on time because of chronic stress and hormonal imbalance, so I'd never thought of it. I never thought that I was pregnant.
Clara Hunt, I thought you knew your place, but it only turns out that you're bold enough to pull a scheme this huge behind my back. You want to go back to Chicago because of your family, or you want to have my child there?
I didn't know about it.
Clara Hunt, the only person that is allowed to bear my child is my wife. Any child conceived by another woman is nothing but a bastard that never should have existed. I have already scheduled your surgery for tomorrow.
After Teddy left, he posted 2 bodyguards at the door, clearly to prevent me from running away. They followed me everywhere, even when I went through pre-surgery examinations with the nurses. I didn't sleep at all. The next day, while waiting for my surgery, my phone with videos sent by Serena. It was footage of their engagement ceremony. Teddy stood tall and elegant in a tailored black suit, gentle and breathtaking. A smile on his lips as he held Serena in his arms, taking endless blessings from the guests around him. Serena shined like a real bride, snuggling into his chest and exchanging sweet smiles with him again and again. A young nurse knocked on the door.
Mrs. Clara, it's time for your surgery.
I put my phone away and nodded.
Okay.
Probably just a few miles away, he's at a grandiose city hall getting engagement with all the glory and blessings. Meanwhile, I'm here all alone in a cold, sterile hospital being wheeled into the operating room. An hour later, I was pushed out of the surgery room. My face was as white as paper. I put my hands on my flat belly. There was nothing there, yet it felt like something sharp and irreplaceable had been torn out of me by force. Every breath I took sent a stabbing pain through my body, leaving me trembling. Back in the hospital room, I changed into my own clothes and walked straight out of the building. The bodyguards moved to stop me. I spoke without a trace of emotion.
Teddy had you guard me to make sure I didn't run from the surgery or carrying his child away. Your job's done now. You can report that to him.
The 2 bodyguards exchanged a look and called Teddy. Surprisingly, Serena answered the phone.
Why brought her up now? What bad luck. Just let her leave.
I walked out of the hospital and headed back home. I hand-overed the apartment to the buyer, grabbed my suitcase, and headed straight to the LaGuardia airport. My former coworker sent me an apology text. "I'm so sorry. Serena forced me to take you to that restaurant." I didn't blame her, but I didn't reply either. I simply blocked and deleted her contact. I also blocked and deleted Serena. She literally spent the entire day sending engagement videos to taunt me. And finally, I blocked and deleted Teddy. Even after switching phones countless times, I saved every single message between us for 7 years. As the plane lifted into the sky, I pulled on a faint, pale smile. "Teddy, you saved my father's life once. Today, I've paid you back with the life of my own child. We're even now. I owe you nothing. Goodbye, forever."
Clique no link abaixo. Assista a série completa.